Shalom, good people, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Shmuel, the running tour guide. So if it's your first time dropping in, we're at week 3 of a 12-week series where we are spreading light here in the land of Israel as much as we can during these difficult and dark days. This vlog is going to introduce you to 3 parts. The first part is going to be a little bit of spiritual food. Then, unfortunately, I'm going to take you to Mount Herzl, to a funeral of one of our soldiers that fell in battle. And the final part will be focusing on our training for a sub 5-minute mile and a long run for the sub 3-hour marathon. So let's get right into it. Firstly, I've prepared you the most delicious spiritual food. I just hope you're going to be able to digest it in the few minutes that I have. But if you stay with me, trust me, it'll satisfy your appetite and it'll give you that much needed energy that we all could do with during these times. Right, guys, before we jump into the portion of the week, I want to tell you about Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson. He was the former Lubavitcher Rebbe, and early in his leadership, he encouraged all of us to live within our times. In other words, not to just study the portion of the week, but to take those words and incorporate them into our daily lives. And that's exactly what we're going to try and do together now. I want to talk about Abraham arriving in Jerusalem for the first time. This was a long journey, but as he arrives there, he looks up and he sees a place from afar. Now, some of you have been on my tours in Jerusalem, and that's what I try and do. I give you a view of the city where you can see Mount Olives on the one side, Mount Zion on the other, and in the middle, what is hugged is this humble hill called Moriah. Now, during the times of Abram, there was no temple. There was no golden dome of the rock or the Al-Aqsa Mosque known as the Temple Mount or Haram al-Sharif. This was the site that God had led him to, and it was his final test, which really is bringing us into the test that we're facing today. It was a test of suffering, because what did he have to do? He had to take his son, his favorite son, Isaac, who God had already promised out of Isaac will come the Jewish people and the believers in one God, but he had to take him and bind him on the altar of suffering. But Abraham didn't doubt. He actually immediately, early in the morning, took Isaac, went to the top of the mountain, put him on the altar, and as he was about to sacrifice him, that's when he chapped it. He realized that that is the place that the entire redemption of the world would occur. He saw all of history and probably understood. Can you imagine that realization that he had? That his son that he didn't sacrifice would actually be the sign of suffering in every Jewish generation. Have we not seen it? Inquisitions, pogroms, the Holocaust. But this time, evil has gone too far. Hamas aimed their attack as to what matters to us most, and that is family. They slaughtered babies, children, mothers, fathers, grandparents, foreign workers, and then took captives of Holocaust survivors, people of all ages and all backgrounds. That is an attack on the core of who we are, and that is going to be their stumbling block. They are digging their own pits because the power of life, the power of the Jew, of what we represent, will shine through. Maybe that's the new light that's going to shine from Zion. We need to do it together. And that's why I've decided to wear the shirt I'm wearing. It's not just because it's got a nice smile, but because it was a family reunion. We celebrated Pesach together this year, 2023, with all of our Australian family. We celebrated our redemption here in the land of Israel. We also had rockets, by the way, that were coming from Lebanon during that time. But this is exactly what the attack was aimed at. And they have no power over the power of family. And now I just want to read to you from chapter 22, from the book of Genesis, the promise that was given to Abraham 3,850 years ago are the words that we need to live with today, because God's promises will not fail. We are here in the merit of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and this is God's name that is at stake. And what did God promise Abraham? Just listen to this. He said, I myself have sworn that because you have done this thing, that you did not withhold your son, your only one, I will bless you and your son, and I will multiply your descendants and your sons like the stars of the heavens, and like the sand that is on the seashore. And your descendants will inherit the cities of their enemies. All the nations of the world will be blessed through your children because you listened to my voice. That's it. We just have to listen to the voice of the Torah that is speaking to us, that God's plan will be revealed from Jerusalem. And you know the Hamas attack upon us? Guess what it was called? It was called the Al-Aqsa flood. The site of the first and second temple, the site of the binding of Isaac. Al-Aqsa, the furthest mosque, is the furthest from the truth. We need to be humble but powerful to stand up to the lies. And the lies are catching up with our enemies very quickly. But we have to be part of the process. You cannot just sit as a bystander and look at it happening around you. You need to be an active participant and stand with truth. Stand with Israel. And it's not religion and it's not, airy-fairy spirituality. It's so clear. There's no more middle ground. It's black or white. So guys, let's go with that. And let's go together in love and show the families of the world what the family of the Jewish people are really like. So now we'll leave this hopeful experience, but we do still have to go through the suffering, because a father and a mother had to lay their son to rest in Mount Herzl. A suffering, but it's not a suffering in vain. So join me in Jerusalem, experience the pain together with us, but you will see that so many people arrived at this funeral, not even family members. They didn't even know the family, but we came together as family and the heavens cried. So see you in Jerusalem. Love you all. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, do so now. Leave a comment. Let me know how you are, who you are, where you are. Like and share so that we can spread the light from the good land together. Love you all. See you in Jerusalem. Peace out. Friends, I've just arrived in Yerushalayim and I'm entering Mount Herzl. I'm sure you saw that cloud with a silver lining, and now the drops from heaven. But these are drops of tears on a very difficult day. But the reason I've come is to attend a funeral of Lavi Lipshitz, a 20-year-old from the city that I live in Modi'in. And he actually attended the school where my kids are, together with his friend Roy Wolf. And Lavi Lipshitz, 20-year-olds, fell in intense battles in Gaza, in northern Gaza yesterday, as well as 10 other soldiers from the Givati Brigade, the Special Forces. So today is really a sense of mourning, and it's quite incredible. I've just arrived, literally just got off the train, and the skies have opened up. Yes, with rains of blessing, but tears of pain in the nation of Israel. The count is now up to 12 soldiers that we have lost in this battle against evil terrorists that would take joy in taking precious lives of our soldiers. So friends, come with me as we walk through and firstly understand the significance of this mountain, because most soldiers that fall in battle are buried here in Mount Herzl. Heads of state, I believe there's 6 heads of state that are buried here. And the name Herzl connected to the father of Zionism, which is a whole long story in itself. But let me take you through here. I won't be talking, but just to give you scenes of the sense of pain at the loss of precious life that has given us the opportunity to be here and to secure our future. So let's go, friends.
סבתא יקרה, אוהב מאוד. אני צובר כוחות מעם ישראל, שעוטף אותנו בחום, אהבה וממתקים.
אחי היקר, האוהב והאהוב, הגיבור. לא זוכר סיטואציה בשנים האחרונות שראיתי אותך יושב ולא עושה כלום. תמיד היית עסוק באיך להפוך את העולם למקום יותר טוב, ובאיך להפוך את עצמך לאדם יותר טוב. בין אם זה לשבת על הספה עם הלפטופ, או אם זה ללכת להסתובב בשוק לחפש סיטואציות ששווה לצלם, תמיד עשית משהו, תמיד היית בעשייה. אני מבטיח לך שנמשיך את העשייה הזאת, ושגם אם לא נפתור את כל הבעיות בעולם, לכל הפחות יהיה לנו את הבניין במנהטן עם נוף לסנטרל פארק.
אח שלי, אני חושבת שיש לנו מידה דומה של סקרנות, אבל אתה יודע למנף את זה מעניין לידע. הסקרנות הופכת כל לוחם למקצוען, כל אומן לאשף, כל בעל דעה לאיש נכון יותר, וכל צלם ליוצר מציאות.
אפילו אלוהים מוחה, תראו את הגשם. אני מצטער שהוא לקח לנו מלאך כזה, אדם כזה גדול. אבל הייתי צריך לומר מההתחלה שהוא גיבור, כי הוא תמיד היה גיבור, לא רק עכשיו.
יש פה קהל עצום. אם לוי היה יודע שכל כך הרבה אנשים יבואו לכבודו, אין ספק שהוא לא היה נותן לזה לקרות. לוי היה אדם צנוע. ואני רוצה להגיד תודה לכל אחד ואחד מכם שהתמודד פה עם הגשם והגיע לחזק אותנו. אני רוצה להגיד, דיברו פה על זה שלוי היה צלם. עומד פה בקהל אותו אדם שהפך את לוי לצלם. הוא השפיע על לוי, והיום מי שזכה ליהנות מהפירות של לוי, מהצילומים שלו, זה בזכותך גילי. תודה. נתת לנו 7-8 שנים מדהימות. מעריכים את זה. לכל החברים שלנו פה, אני רוצה להגיד תודה. לכל מי אני לא מכיר פה הרבה פרצופים, זה מדהים. כמה אנשים באו בשבילנו. אני מודה לכם. לחברים של לוי. צוות ריפקין, פרקש, נדב, צוות 500, עורף גבעתי. פתחתם לעולם. אחד הדברים הכי חשובים שעשיתם זה ללמד אותו להתחבר לאנשים שכל כך שונים ממנו. הוא אהב אתכם אהבת נפש. הוא רצה לתת לכם את הנשמה, הוא נתן לכם את הנשמה. הוא אהב אתכם. העולם כבר לא ייהנה מהיצירתיות שלך, מהתמונות שלך ומהחזון שלך. החזון שלך היה אינסופי. מי שהכיר אותך, זכה. ומי שלא, כבר לא יזכה. האמא, אני, סבתות, סבא, הנפר, אם בארי וכל מי שכאן, כבר לא נהנה מהחשיבה איתך, ושאלות שלך וכל מה שנתת לנו. אני אוהב אותך, תמיד אני אוהב אותך. אני מתגעגע כבר, אבא.
דברי פרידה של אמא, שלומית.
פרח שלי. 20 דברים שרציתי להגיד ולספר לך אחרי שתחזור מהמלחמה ולא הספקתי. 1. רציתי להגיד לך שעכשיו אני מקווה שתוכל לשבת בנחת ולקרוא ספר.
במעלות קדושים, טהורים וגיבורים, כזוהר הרקיע, מאירים ומזהירים.
Lavi died when he's 20 years old. He didn't do nothing. He haven't gotten married, had kids, nothing. These days are the toughest I've been through. but I hope that everything will be alright.
To see all the young faces of his friends, the words of his brothers, sister, father, mother, grandmother. So painful. That was one of the most intense funerals that I've been to. I'm walking now past the entrance to Yad Vashem, which is right next to Har Herzl, the mountain of memory. We have the memory of the Holocaust. Never again. I'm just hopping onto the light rail now, and I'm going to be heading to the track to meet Avigdor. Shalom friends, we're back on track. We're actually here in honor of Lavi Lipshitz. May his memory be for blessing. I've just come from the funeral where the heavens opened up and really joined us in mourning his loss. Viggy and I are going to run and dedicate this run in his name. What are we going to do today?
Well, I'll tell you what the plan is, and afterwards we'll tell you how well we executed. So the plan is a 5k time trial. We should be averaging around 3:45, 3:40, is that right?
That's right.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But today, just due to the situation and just the way we're both feeling a little bit heavy, not just the weather, I mean everything you just said as well. We're going to start a bit slower and see whether we can make it a progression one. And basically we're going to be in constant communication. It's going to be a very fluid run. We're going to see how we feel. We're going to alternate it. We're going to switch every lap of the track. We're going to switch who's like leading, and we'll just communicate like how we're feeling. And the idea is to, every kilometer, to get like a little bit quicker and hopefully finish strong. Let's see how that works out.
We'll give it a try.
That was a very long
Very long, but it's okay. If you need to pull some strength, it's often a case with you. You've been an example to me in many runs in your past. You've dedicated a run to someone, and that kind of helps you pull strength when we need to.
It's true.
But although today I don't think we need to push, it's just the beginning phases and just get the time trial done and enjoy each other's company as we always do. So let's get out there. Oh, there we go, perfect timing. The lights.
I actually was thinking, I was looking at the lights, I think they better come on, and they came on.
They came on.
That's the weirdest
Okay.
thing. What else can I think about?
Well, we're in Jerusalem and we are a light unto the nations.
Amen,
So
amen.
let's be light and swift and get this done. Peace out. See you on the track. 2, 3, go! Okay, nice and smooth. We're now running 4 minutes kilometer. So far averaging 3:58. How are we doing, Viggy? Okay, first K is 3:56.
Exactly 4 on my watch.
Yeah.
Time to get going.
Okay, Viggy will lead the second lap. We're going to alternate 1-1. Okay, we slightly picked up the pace. Running at 3:50 now. Coming up to the second K. 3:53. Although that's not accurate. Now, what is it?
3:54.
3:54. My turn to lead. See if we can do that again. Okay, still moving at 3:50, 3:45 average actually. There we go, 3:46 for 3k, but it's not really. More like 3:50. Here we go. Okay, Viggy. It's Viggy's turn. Okay, now running at 3:45. Let's see what this K is. 3:43 average. More like 3:45, 3:46. Okay. Victor, do the last K for Lavi, for us. Teamwork. I'll let the team do it for us while I enjoy the view. Okay, running at 3:25. Oh, 3:29. There we go. Woo! Smooth. 19:01. Sub 19 for Viggy. How was that? Yeah. That last lap, he gave it horns. I barely held on, but the good thing is it felt smooth. I had Lavi Lipshitz on my mind, and Viggy did it for us
The whole way.
the whole way. There we go, guys. So that was this week's tempo time trial. What do you say? Give us some words. Not so many as in the beginning.
we got it done, and we're going to continue getting it done for Am Yisrael. Echad Nenatzach.
Yachad Nenatzach. Friends, what I'm going to do for you now, 1 second, check it out. Wow, nicely done. Yeah, it's good to be young. Look at this week's parasha, Vayera, the portion of the week. We read about Abraham negotiating with the one and only God to save a city. He negotiates down to the number 10, but there weren't even 10 righteous people. Hence, Sodom had to get destroyed. And friends, never look back. Otherwise, we'll turn into a pillar of salt. And we are quite salty. That was too much words.
Very salty words.
Love you guys. Subscribe to the channel. Like, drop a comment. Help the algorithm. Thank you. Okay, good people. Nearing the end of a 3-hour LSD. End of week 3. Never give up. Even if you have a bad sleep, just get out there. Start the run. And you'll be surprised what you can do. Thanks to Akiva. Thanks to you guys. Bring them home now. Shabbat Shalom. Am Yisrael Chai. Nation of Israel lives on.